Hi guys, and welcome to Building Tech. Now this channel is all about doing tech and product reviews. And today I'm going to be doing a review of a mechanical RGB keyboard. It's from Hyperx and it's the Alloy Origins Core TKL keyboard. Now before I start this video, I just want to say that this is my first ever mechanical keyboard that I've actually owned. So it's going to be really interesting to see what this keyboard is like to use on a day-to-day basis. So that's enough of the intro. Let's get this video started and we'll see what features this keyboard has to offer. Okay, so what we have here is the Hyperx Alloy Origins Core TKL RGB mechanical keyboard. Hyperx released this keyboard late 2019, and if you go into any YouTube channel, go into Reddit, check any forums, you'll see that this keyboard is very popular with PC gamers. Now I picked mine up from Amazon UK, cost me £100, and if you go into the Amazon US website, you'll see it's on sale for $70 US. My first impressions of this product are really high. Some of the materials that Hyperx have used to produce this keyboard help to give it that quality, high-end product feel. For example, the fact they've included a nice thick braided USB cable, it's a nice touch. This is the TKL design, or the 10 keyless design. Basically what that means is you don't have a number pad on your right hand side of your keyboard. Now if you wish, you can get the full size layout, but that's going to cost you a little bit extra. Another thing to note about this keyboard is it's the US key layout. Now, some of the keys are slightly different shape, some of the keys are slightly different layout, but you can change that in your Windows and language and keyboard settings, I believe it is. Because Hyperx have used an aluminium chassis top and bottom, what that means is there's a very little flex in the chassis itself. Negatively, that bumps the weight of the keyboard up slightly. It comes in at 862 grams, not heavy by any means. One of the design features I really love about this keyboard is the floating key design. Some people describe this keyboard as being a low profile design, where the switches are partially exposed. This really helps the RGB really shine through and stand out on this keyboard. As with most keyboards in this price range, what Hyperx have done is they've included a detachable USB Type-C cable. Strangely though, what they've done is they've put the connector for the USB cable on the right hand side of the keyboard instead of either in the middle or on the left hand side. So if you've got your mouse on the right hand side of your keyboard, this might be an issue. It's definitely not a deal breaker, and if you just tuck your USB cable away from your mouse cable, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just a strange decision choice by Hyperx when most keyboards have got them either in the middle or the left hand side. Okay, so on the bottom of the keyboard you've got your feet, and the nice thing about these feet are they're actually adjustable. You've got 3 different height adjustments. You've got 3 degrees, 7 degrees and 11 degrees. A lot of keyboards come with the feet are actually fixed in one position. Nice touch there. You've also got your rubber feet either edge of the keyboard, and that'll stop your keyboard moving out on your desk when you're mashing the keys during a heavy gaming session. Okay, so now we move on to probably the most important part of a mechanical gaming keyboard, and that is the switches. The Hyperx use their custom Hyperx red switches. These are very similar to the MX Cherry Reds, which are used in a lot of our gaming keyboards. You can also get this keyboard with the tactile switches. An important point to remember about this keyboard is the switch is not removable, so you can't just swap out any switches you want. If we compare the specifications of the Hyperx Red switch and the Cherry MX Red, you notice that they're very similar. A slight difference in the actuation point. Hyperx Red being 0.2mm shorter. Total travel distance is slightly shorter on the Hyperx Red versus the Cherry Red, 3.8 versus 4mm, really not a lot in it. If you look at the lifespan of the keys, Hyperx Red claim 80 million keystrokes, whereas your Cherry MX Red just over 50 million keystrokes. Personally, I've never actually worn out a keyboard, so I think these keyboards should last a lifetime. The keys have got a really nice balance, not too heavy, not too light, take a nice activation force, and they've got a nice tactile feel to them. I found this keyboard a real joy to use, whether I was gaming, doing a bit of video editing or word processing. Really enjoyed using this keyboard. Because this is a TKL keyboard, Hyperx haven't given you any actual physical multimedia keys. There are multimedia keys on the keyboard, but you have to use your FN key to activate them. You've also got 3 RGB preset keys on your keyboard. Again, you have to use your FN key to activate these. The keyboard comes with standard ABS plastic keycaps. Now if you want, you can just take these off and replace them with something like PBT keycaps. Obviously, to keep the cost of the keyboard down, Hyperx have went for the ABS plastic keycaps. The standard keycaps are certainly not some of the best that I've seen. They're quite thin, and there is quite a flex in some of the keyboards, so I don't know how long they would last. They're certainly not the best keycaps you can get for this keyboard, and it's something you can maybe think about upgrading in the future. I have noticed that some of the keys do pick up like oil and grease with your fingers, but I think it's a characteristic of the ABS plastic keycaps. A good thing about this keyboard is it uses a standard ANSI layout. So if you want, you can just jump onto Amazon and order yourself up a set of PBT plastic keycaps. They use a standard font in this keyboard, nothing special, but it is laser etched and it lets the RGB shine through the keys nicely. If you're a fan of RGB, you're going to really love this keyboard, because the RGB in this keyboard is really super bright. Thanks to the way Hyperx have designed this keyboard using the exposed switches and the exposed LEDs, the RGB really shines through. To customise the RGB, you need to download the Ingenuity software, which you can get on the Microsoft Store. Now this software allows you to configure all your RGB presets. You can store a maximum of 3 presets on the keyboard itself, but you can create multiple presets actually in the software itself and load your 3 favourite presets onto the keyboard itself. You can access those presets on the keyboard using F1, F2 and F3 key. The software's maybe not the most intuitive to use, but once you get to grips with it, it gives you a high level of customisation for the RGB. I've seen a few people complaining that they couldn't actually get the software installed or they're having issues with it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've had any issues with this software, or if you find it kind of buggy or difficult to use. Okay, what I'm going to do is going to do the obligatory sound test. I'm going to do some typing on the keyboard, and I'd like you to hear what the switches and the keys sound like. Obviously different switches have different sounds, so this will give you a rough idea what the keyboard sounds like. Okay, so that does it for this review of the Hyperx Ally Origins Core keyboard. Overall, this is a cracking little keyboard and it's got a ton of neat features. I can see why this keyboard is so popular. Hope this video has been of some use to you. Any comments or questions, just drop them in the comment section down below. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links for those are down below as well. If you liked this video, hit that like subscribe button and I'll see you next time.